Hi everybody, welcome back to Vintage Story Nomad, episode 39 with me, Sid. We are out in the middle of nowhere. There's our base down here. We ran out of quartz, and I came up this way. There was a few veins of thin veins, just little one veins, but I wanted a good size vein, so I decided to come up and basically find myself a decent quartz vein, and it gave me an opportunity to fertile around and do a little bit of exploration, which means I've got some more books with a few bits and pieces. I have got did carry a little bit too much of those things that I've got as well, but yeah, the quartz is what I'm here for, and I am going to take the whole vein because I found a 3 deep vein, which is nice. There's a little guy over there. I keep getting ambushed by nasties. And then I'm going to kind of take a walk back. Now I'm currently about somewhere between 2/3 and 3/4 of the way where I need to be on getting my tier 2 refractory bricks cooked. Hello. Bye bye. You see, that did not work out for you, did it? In your mind, that played out very differently, I'm sure. Another one over there. I've got a few surprising number of drifters about. I mean, the rift activity is medium. Obviously, we don't have rifts on, but rift activity plays a part in the spawning of goobers. Anyway, I've just taken level 7 in the mining skill. Let me go into collecting mining. What do we want? Increase the amount of stone. Careful miner. Gem miner, increase the number of gemstones you receive. Pickaxe expert, increases your mining speed. Crystal seeker, bomberman, blow up. There's 33% less drop penalties. Increase the effect of your ore miner ability for crystallized ores. Well, we'll take it. Because guess what I'm currently digging? I think this probably classes as a crystallized ore, maybe. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It doesn't really matter. It's still a skill. We've still got books. We've still got stuff to do. So I am going to grab as much of this as I can, and I'll be back in a moment, because what we're going to do then is we're going to head up here because there's a few ruins, and then we're going to skirt around back this way to have a look. Oh no, we're not going to look at that one. That's I mean, it's tempting. It is tempting, but I know that was, I think, one of the nastier things, and my armor is shot. So what we'll probably do, didn't bring a boat with me, so yeah, maybe we'll just head home. Maybe we have a little peek up here first. There's a ruin there, look. That's a ruin. So that needs a look. Yeah, that's the plan. I do not appreciate being surprised. Sneaking up on me. Sneaky little goober. Anyway, I should really harvest these as well. There's always a chance that these guys could drop a temporal gear. I mean, these ones are unlikely to, because they're low. You know, low level, but still, we've got to check. Right, back in a mo. Alright, next morning, we have cleared this quartz vein. I have got an awful lot of quartz now. I'm going to not bother with that piece of flax. That's taken up an inventory slot that I don't need to waste. We'll deal with this guy. I am taking the opportunity to fight everything and anything. Not so worried about things, but you know, if we're going to be a combat, and Combat class, we should need to engage in combat. I don't know where my other target went. I've already searched that ruin, so piggy. But there's a drifty boy, so we'll deal with him. Stop it! I really do need to remake my armour as well. That really has not got much life left in it whatsoever. I'm sat there getting into fights all the time. It seems somewhat foolish, yeah. This is kind of becoming a trait of wherever I've been, by the way, is skeletons everywhere. So, does this make me a bad person? I don't know. I mean, again, this may have some, but I'm not that fussy. I think that's the only bit of ruin there was. I don't think there was any more. Now I wanted to kind of cut up here, just have a look at this desert bit. That's a little ruin there, and then we'll kind of cut back. But one of the things I would like to keep my eyes open while I'm out, and I wish I'd got more of it when I had the opportunity, is Pete. Pete, is that you? Yes, back to there. But we've got hyenas, so plenty to keep us busy, plus you. Yeah, well, I suppose I should harvest. But the hyenas will keep us busy, I'm sure. Although, to be fair, pretty good chance they'll just run away. Of course, I'm not a class that is bad at ranged combat this time around. Gonna have to deal with that next time around, of course. What are you? Are you a rabbit? You're a little hyena pup, aren't you? So yeah, Pete would be nice. I don't think we're going to find it in this. It's probably too dry. But walking back, I'm going to keep my eyes open. I'd like to get some peat, because peat fires fire pits faster. Because it burns hotter than wood. So that's things. I'll not pick fights with the hyenas if I can avoid it. I mean, you know, they don't always give you that option. But if I can avoid getting into scraps with them, then I'll do that. There's the ruins up there, desert's over that way. I'd say unlikely to be much in the way of peat over here. But also, I mean, you know, I always chuck myself down a pit, a cave or two. Not averse to a bit of throwing myself down a cave, if I can get myself out of caves. That's always a fun bit. Although again, I have to consciously remember. Oh, hello, deep drifter. Look, hello. Anything good down there? No. I have to remember my armour's a bit shot and treat it accordingly. Excuse me, have you seen any peat? Come on, don't be shy. Answer the question. I don't really need the food. I don't need to be taking up food slot. No. Well, they do learn eventually, I suppose. Right, what have we got? We got a vessel. This is what I wanted to do these ruins for, obviously. Don't want. Yeah, actually, I'll keep pumpkin seeds. I don't know whether I haven't actually planted pumpkins at any of my forward operating bases. Don't know whether there was a book in that or not. You don't always get books, which both makes them a little bit more special. Oh, hello. What are you guys doing out on the surface, huh? Really? I mean, seriously. Every time I turn around, these guys are wandering around. I'm fairly certain they're supposed to be a bit photophobic, aren't they? Right, let's have a peek. That looks like something. I would like to go over that way, and then we'll head back. Bit of copper. I'm not desperate for copper right now. I've found it's plentiful enough that we find it on it. Oh, I should also complete that. No. So I'd like to go and have a look over there. Few sus looking points as well might be meteoric, so we'll just keep our eyes open for those as well. And well, I'll be back in a moment. Hunt and you shall find. Sometimes you don't get it in every set. I mean, I have checked quite a few of these little pockets coming down. This pocket was nothing different from other ones. You just have to poke at the little suspicious looking holes and you will find your replacement meteoric iron pickaxe. Let's face it, that's what I'm after. I've worn this one down about a third, so having another one in the bag, so to speak. Oh, this is turning out quite a nice meteor too. And oh, it takes so long to add mine though. Oh yeah, that's nearly 5 ingots there currently. That's more than 5 ingots already, and there's still more going down, which is good. But there is more as well, look. Okay, well, that was definitely worth a detour. I didn't even get as far as the point where I thought, yeah, I don't think there's going to be. They're not that subtle, no. So we'll get rid of the suvite. We'll get rid of the sand. We'll keep the, what's that, 10 ingots of meteoric iron, and we shall mark that meteor as depleted. And I was going to check this one. This had a feeling. Quartz, okay. But yeah, just when you see these are circular holes, this is a pit that's going down. So anything like these kind of spaces should there, and we've got to head up that way anyway, so we'll head back that way. Should do things, but you're never going to get 100% perfection. But for the sake of digging a hole in the middle, it's not a bad way to get yourself set up. See, I did that one that didn't have anything in it. That's the wrong, really is too big and the wrong shape. As is that really. You do sometimes get some biggies, but for the most part, just stick to the small little holes, and you'll keep on top. Now, where they are actually really difficult to spot is in grasslands, because you don't get this, it's not quite so obvious. So you can see I've already tested those. So my next one is over here, over this hill and far away. Right, we'll do this one. We'll give it a try. I mean, it's a little on the large side, if I'm honest. Yeah, that's not got suvite in it. So that could be a meteor, though. The grass ones are really hard to spot. So I may go and just have a wander, because that's a ruin there for definite. So we could head down to there, down to there. I'm fairly certain that's a ruin, although could be wrong. Then we'll kind of skirt around because this is going to be wetter land, so peat is potential for peat is higher over that area, I think. And well, I'll be back in a sec. Right, this is a stair dungeon, so I'm not going to go. Well, let me just have, before I write it off completely, and I probably will write it off completely. Let's have. Yeah, it's really deep. I don't fancy going that deep. But stair dungeons have got another advantage, and that is a whole load of vessels on the top, which means we can get some stuff out of it. Don't want build B-nades, definitely, and I don't really. I've got more. Oh, good grief! Throw it. Got more material than I honestly can use for a lot of this. Now I thought there's normally around about 4 vessels per stair dungeon at the top. Normally 1 of each type. So where are you hiding, my vessels? Where are the nuclear vessels? Yep, he does not want to tell me where his nuclear vessels are. And that is definitely an old joke movie. Ah, there's one. Hello. Yeah, just didn't get a thingy out of that one though. Any more for any more? Not that desperate that I want to find it. I shall mark this as. I'm going to mark it as complete. I'm not going to go down it. Got better things to do with my time. Over there, up there, head home. Keeping my eyes open for peat. I'm not doing the joke again. It wasn't that funny the first time. Actually, no. One of my favourite Red Dwarf series, but episodes. It's just of that particular thing anyway, because it was a more modern thing with Red Dwarf. If anybody is a Red Dwarf aficionado, is the later series, especially the towards like 8 onwards, started to get a bit naff. Let's be really brutally honest. They were not brilliant. I don't think. No, I'm pretty certain this is not a thing. Right, from here, going up that way, and again, keep my eyes open for peat. But yeah, the later series they had funny moments, but I always found them to be trying a little bit too hard, if I'm brutally honest. That was, again, if you like them, that's fine. You know, there's no law says that we all have to think the same about the same things, and I'll say they just seemed a little bit desperate to me. But still had the moments. They had funny bits. Right, while we're here then, let's just. Oh, hello. Oh, this is quite a deep one. We'll come back to you. And I just need to itch my nose. And just have a little slurp around. Nope, not seeing anything. Come on. Where are your vessels, sir? You're thinking of. Now, what are you thinking about, pig? Piggly Wiggly. Ah, there's a vessel there, look. It's an ore vessel. You just waited. until I was not looking, didn't you? I'm going to have your meat for that. Just because it'd be wrong. I don't want the skins. It'd be wrong to waste the red meat though. We'll make some jerky, and yeah, that will be suitable recompense, I feel, for attacking me. So really, I'm not seeing much else around. Again, I don't want to be excavating too deeply, but there is that one over there which we can just jump into, because that is most definitely not worth the effort of jumping into. You are... No. Sometimes these have a little, you know, little hidey bit of hidden information in them, but I don't think this one's going to give us anything. I think we just need to head back. Yeah, I just want to... All I want to do is place some of you. And you're not going to let me do that, are you? Because there's... Alright, I'm going to have to go back down. I'm going to have to break you. Jump out. Get rid of that. A bit of brown coal and another book. And then from here, mark you as done. I'm going to head that way. Just on the clean off chance of finding peat. Yeah, you better think twice about that, mate. Is that an elk? I think that is a wild elk. Can't tame them in this version. Not sure whether you can tame them in the new version, to be honest. I know obviously you can get them from the thing, but that looks like an elk. Elky boy. Now I am conscious that if I let it get too dark, I am not going to be able to see anything like useful like peat, if there even is any to be seen, sawn, sought, found. Not really seeing any possibility over there. Head towards those trees and then around, I think. And I'll be back in a bit. Alright, we are back. And we've actually got wind that is turning the windmill. We've also got a medium temporal storm approaching, so yeah, there's that to cope with, but we'll sleep through it. We'll just do the usual. Temporal storms to me seem more like a nightmare kind of thing. You sleep through them and you know there was something going on. You heard weirdness in the night, but you know, in the long run, you don't see anything, so it doesn't matter, it's not real. That's how I explain it. Right, so the issue I've got is quartz, so we are going to stick in 1, 2, I think, for now. Now I need basically one for the 2 fire clay I've got there. I need 1 stack of quartz, so I need a stack of you, and once this is a stack I need that as well. The other thing which I am aware of, but you know, you can do, is you can... oh no, I can't do that. And I don't think I can get away with that there because of that, but I can at least put that in, and that should ensure that most of the quartz goes into the thing. If I miss a little, I will live. So we'll take that. That will give me everything I need to do. We'll keep the rest of this quartz, and we shall go and get the next batch of refractory bricks underway. Did not find any peat. So that was a thing. I'm not entirely sure whether it does spawn this far down south, to be honest, because peat, well, to me, peat is something you find on bogs and moors. You know, it's a peat bog. So these are getting closer to, those are done, just the peanuts, and we've done all the crops. Let me try and just tidy myself up a little. I think what we'll do is we'll grab the first one of these we come to, and we'll dump all of the quartz into it, like that. That makes life a lot easier. I did kill a bear on the way back. Well, a bear attacked me and I defended myself, if I'm being totally honest about it. Which why would I not be? You know, I don't have to excuse myself. The bear was in the wrong. So we have got that bear hide process. And a few bits and pieces. I did pick up a Roma bag somewhere. I can't remember where it was now. Got some iron bits. Okay, that's fine. So we need to do this again. I think that's the one. That gives me those. Then we can get those made up into brickage. I mean, the storm's still on the way in, but that's no reason not to work, is there? And we can get those cooked, and the world will be good and happy. Sleep the storm away, read me books, get some skills while this all cooks, and I'm hoping that this episode I will have everything we need, to make the cementation furnace. Whether we'll get, well, we'll not get steel done because it takes 5 burns, and I'm also going to need to do myself a whole load of charcoal because that it uses a lot, so I need to probably think about setting a charcoal pit running sooner rather than later, if I'm honest. But first things first, let's make bricks. Just do that, there we go, that way. And I'll sleep off the storm and I'll be back with you shortly. Alright, well, we've got everything cooking. I need to start processing a few other bits and pieces, but let's just quickly read some books, shall we? We've got a metalworking 20. We have got a survival 2.5. We have got a forestry 12.5. We have got a combat 25. We've got a combat 12.5. That's level 6 in combat achieved. Survival 0.63, probably not going to make a great deal of difference. Farming 25. And mining 12.5. I think I actually went up in mining, didn't I? So it's not bad. We gained a combat level, which means we can go into my combat skill. Now I can go an extra point of spearman or an extra point of swordsman. Increase the damage you deal with spears by 20% and 2% for each level of combat skill. So that would take it to next tier 20%, 2% for each level up. So that would take me to 2 times 6, 12, 32% extra. That would take you to 20, an extra 10%. Tools mastery, no. Iron fist, no. Monk looter, fresh flesh. Gross. You have a chance of dealing 3, okay, and then these are things. So I think I'm going to take a point into swordsman. So we've both got both of the tools. We've got a swordsman, which is things. I don't know whether that was going to work with things. So I can basically only go to tier 3 in one of those. That's fine. I can live with that. I'll go with spear. I like spear. Spear's got the advantage that you're a long way away from the person you're poking. Right, medium. Low fertility. That should be fire clay in there. Coal, and coal goes in these thing, that goes in the thing. Suvite stone probably in there. You put that up there, that there. So I think that's everything out of that lot. Where's my fat? There. Stick that in there. I just put all of my straw in there just to for simplicity's sake, and I didn't put my seeds away. That's what. Let me go and have I got some pumpkin seeds? I do. There you go, pumpkin seeds. So we've got the next batch of bricks cooking. We've got more quartz running. Now eaten all of that. You've got 17 days on that. These are my rusks which I've been making. These are just the flax. I've actually got some sunflower seed ones which are much better. Iron bits probably go somewhere in there with some more iron bits or tin bits. So at the moment I've got 22 plus 4. So we'll get some out. We've got the quick lime ready. We've got a reasonable quantity of this now. How am I for? I'm not too bad actually. So maybe we should make 1, 2, 1, 2, and run some more. Well, I mean, I'm in 2 minds. Do I do iron blooms? Have I got iron blooms to I've got 36 iron blooms to process. I've got 12 iron finished. I've got 16. Let's do some meteoric for now, because that just makes sense to me. Take our meteoric and go no, control, because you get a lot out of your meteoric. Where's all my meteoric gone? There, 64. Whew. Panic over. Black coal. It's black coal or charcoal basically, and get those going. And then at least we've got another 12 meteoric iron, which will take 9 hours and 56 minutes. Harvested those, waiting on the stuff around the back. There's still a little bit. Sleepy piggy. Those are still going. In fact, we can go down and have a look. that pig knows what's well good for it. And that's got 5 hours and 20 minutes. So yeah, we're kind of waiting on things to finish. Let's just go and have a look how that got on with that grinding, because it did run through the storm, so that was a bonus. Now my intention is actually, if I can, is to try and tent bag the cementation furnace. I don't know whether it will play nicely, because it is it's a world structure, which, you know, you appear to have done. Okay, well that's good. So we should have enough to do. I need slightly more olivine, don't I? But that's fine. Know where to find that if I need more, that is. Right, well, we're waiting on bricks, we're waiting on stuff and more stuff and other stuff, so we'll be back when stuff's done. Alright, in preparation, because we are going to need things, and we're waiting for I am going to do a 4x4, but I think I'm going to make it too deep. And then I think we can do this. Let me just try this. Make it slightly larger like that. I don't think it cares. It's not that bothered about symmetry, or definitely just heard a thing. Now I have got a whole load of copper axes, so what I want to do is utilise these rather than wear out my good iron axe. I've got loads of. Well, I need to get rid of you out my thing as well. I've got loads of oak, so I should be able to place these quite easily. Let's get a decent sized fire pit going, and that should give me enough charcoal to do my steel. Now, what am I going to do with steel? Well, I'm probably going to make myself a sword. I will probably go with meteoric for the spears, just because I've got a lot of it, but we'll see. Because I would like to potentially make meteoric chain, either meteoric or steel chain. Obviously my class is hunter, so I do need to avoid well, I don't suppose I need to avoid that, but avoid heavier armour. But my kind of combat style is suited better for ranged, or not, well, it has ranged obviously. But I'm also using the spear as a thrusting weapon, which is working really well actually. I'm impressed by how well that's worked. But if we can do the preparation work, then we can have all of the charcoal that we need and all of the other bits and pieces that we need ready for when we're ready to do the cementation, because that's going to take 5 firings to make 16 steel. So, you know, we're not going to be all of a sudden swimming in steel. That's not how this is going to work. And 16 steel is not enough to make chainmail. You need 48 to make chainmail. So we're going to need at least 48 plus some for our tools and weaponry. I mean, steel would be better than meteoric. If we look at, let me just have a look at what we got. We've gone with boar spear. So if we have a look at boar spear, got a cat scratching at the door again. Got an meteoric is -5. Steel is 5.3, so it's only 0.3 more. But it does 8 when damaged when thrown, as opposed to 7.5 when thrown. So probably not that worrying. But if we go and have a look at swords, and let's say I wanted to go with a meteoric long, I need the actual sword, not the blade. If I wanted a arming sword, it's 5.2, 5.4. Again, not a huge amount of difference. 5.6, 5.9. And then obviously if we look at the traditional, 5.3 for the falcons, steel falcons, 5.3. Absolutely no difference whatsoever other than the attack tier, which means obviously we overmatch armor. But these obviously other things. So this, one of my favourite ones from the things is a gladius. That's always a nice 5.3, 5.5. The claymore is slower, but it does a lot more damage. 7 and 7.5, which is obviously getting into the half a damage. So yeah, we've got to make some decisions about what we do. Now, my objective is to get myself geared up and go back to the Resonance Archive. I'm not sure whether I'm going to push all of the lore locations. I'm not sure whether I could face doing the Desolation. Let alone doing it in single player. That would just potentially be soul destroying. So yeah, that's the thing. The bricks are ready. Let's just get this charcoal going, and we can come back to the brickies. So let me get this pit going. I'll be back in a moment. Alright, that is another 60 bricks. Charcoal pit's underway. Let's go and have a look how we are doing for the cementation furnace, because we need to make 6 grates and a whole load of bricks. So that gives me 64, which divides neatly like 8. So that gives me 30, which will give me 60 bricks, 60 fire clay bricks. And the cementation furnace requires 65 blocks, which means I need another 3 of those plus some. So I might as well go and grab myself 2 stacks of fire clay. We've got some bricks there, but we might as well go. We'll make your mind up what you're doing. We might as well go grab the quartz, grab the peridotite, grab the bauxite, make another batch of fire clay and set that firing. And where are you there? There we go. 64 and 64. So then we just need to go and grab the materials to make it, put another batch of clay bricks in, fire those up. The charcoal pit's still running. Obviously our bloomers are still running. So yeah, and I'm going to need to make more fire clay bricks actually if I'm going to run the bloomers for a bit longer. So I'm going to have to do a batch of just fire clay bricks, I think. Maybe 64 of those or so. First things first, let's get these fire clay bricks done once and for all. Alright, we're getting steadily closer, and I've got my slate lime. I've got 64 litres of it, and I went and grabbed myself from over here 64 bauxite sand. Do you know which sand doesn't work for making mortar? Out of all the sands that we had, the one that doesn't work for making mortar is bauxite sand. So we need to head down over here to where we have some things. Now there was a Big old bone boss wandering around over there, so we won't want to play with him if we can avoid it. He may have despawned by now. Hard to tell. We've got a few. Yeah, nothing we can't handle, just a piggy boy. So this is slate sand, and slate sand should work. I will double check, but I want to do it away from the visible mess of my base. I don't want to make it mess it up too much. Yeah. Maybe we just go all the way down a little bit further. Oh, hello, piggy. Don't mind me. And just find myself a little quiet place where I can just excavate 64 sand without wrecking the terrain. Let me go for here. And let me just check on this. Mortar. Yes, we can. So we'll just go in here. I mean, I could have come back and put dirt in if I really wanted, but I'm not that bothered. But I just need 64 sand other than bauxite. We're going to get 64 here? Maybe not. Not without wrecking and getting a water cascadey thing anyway. You know what, sod it, let's go for it. It's far enough away that it's not going to bother me. '59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64. Job's a good one. Let's head back home and make that mortar. That was a pig, wasn't it? Yeah, that was. Okay. So we are getting, excuse me, Piggly. Thank you. We are getting very close to having everything we need to start making steel. Like so close, I can taste it. Well, you can't taste it. I mean, you wouldn't really want to taste steel. Suppose it has a kind of metallic taste. Duh. Stupid statement. But yeah, we're very, 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 very close. We've got this batch of bricks going, which are going to take another 6-8 hour games. The charcoal here is going to take another 1 hour 32 minutes. I'm on my second batch of meteoric steel. I've made some fibre clay bricks as well. I think you should be able to fire those together, but if you can't, we can't. Those are actually done, so we could harvest those should we wish to, but what I would like to do is I would like to place you in there. And there's our mortar. Right, so we're good for mortar. We need to make 6 of these grates, and that's 3. So I need 12, don't I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And we'll fix the rest of that later. But let's get these down, because these need to go down with, now we need a coffin. So a coffin is, we can do it with granite or andesite, and it's just a hammer and chisel and 3 or other blocks, but you know, let's go and have a look. The most likely ones I'm going to have is granite or andesite, just because of the way my kind of collection mechanism works. If I've got any, this is where life becomes a little bit unpredictable. So I've got 3, which will allow me to make 1, but I'm going to need more. So let me go and let's go and find a little bit more granite. I'll be back in a sec. Alright, we've got the granite to make the coffin, but there is a slight issue, and I'm hoping that we have the answer. Please have some powdered borax. Lime. This is not looking brilliant. Quick lime. I need powdered borax to make the actual coffin lid. Saltpeter. Oh, thank God. Right, we're good. We're good. Because if we put H on there, the granite coffin lid is that plus borax to make. We need we need basically 2 of each. So that's 8 granite. I need a hammer and chisel. No, that's not the chisel. I need a bog standard hammer, a bog standard chisel, and 1, 2, and that plus that makes those. So then what I need to do is I'm going to want to lay this out somewhere. Now I might as well put it in, I might as well create a 7x7 spot for it, because 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, because that's the size of the tent bag. So that it'll give me a clear marking of where this fits, and B, it'll show me any spare space. So if I want to add anything else to the pickup, then I can. Lovely, nice little hole in the ground. We shall convert you into packed dirt, because again, nothing says classy than rammed earth. Sorry, not packed dirt. cpaciy. Now the recommendation is that you just place these down, but I know that what I really want is, that's the middle. I think this goes something along lines of like that. And then you place your coffin on top. And you shift and click to show the structure that we're going to make, which means that we've got this space underneath, which I want to basically fill with something, you know, innocuous. The bricks are still ticking. The charcoal is, however, done. So we might as well open that up so I can get at that in a moment. And what I essentially need to do is grab something like, I think I'm going to go with, I think I've got some light mud bricks, which they're not a perfect match, but you know, they're what I've got. They'll do as a positioning thing, and then we can get the actual proper bricks in. Yeah, let's have a look. Did I have some? Yeah, light mud bricks. That should be more than adequate. I could go with Age Conglomerate. In fact, let's go with that. Let's go with Granite Ashlar. Let's not cheap out on this. We don't want the rubbishy mud bricks. Let's have some nice bricks. Because what you've got down here is underneath this structure, see, I think we need to be one higher up still. Because what you're gonna, yeah, I do. I think we need to be one higher up. There's a gap there, and then you put your charcoal in here, which I suppose we could live with that. It's just a little bit harder to place the blocks. No, I do think we want to be one higher up. Let's try this. Because I've got to be able to place these. The only problem is if this is higher than 7, then I have problems. So I think what we do is we want it to go like this. And then we'll... Is that going to be higher than 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think it might be 8. Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we're one too high now. Well, I suppose we can just come down one. That's not a problem. And then the thing will be 7, and it's not a million miles from usable. So bonk, no, and then we just need to build up the rest of the structure out of the bricks. I say just. We also need to put something here chiseled in to stop it collapsing. When you place the charcoal in there, it wants to collapse out this way. So what you do is you put a strip of something, a chisel strip in there, just to stop them collapsing out. Then we're going to have to go basically down, and you'll have your chisel strip here, and then that'll be how we get into fuel it. And interestingly enough, I think the middle block will be this one, which will be the block after the chisel strip. So what I'll probably do is chisel strip either side. Yeah, that's probably how we'll go. Let me wait for these remaining bricks, or get the remaining bricks, and we can start building this up. And then next episode we can start on steel. Now I do want to go and 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Can I mix these up? You can't. Okay, that's fine. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We can fire those later. They don't need to be fired now. That's spares. Ooh. Is that a lunar? I don't know what that is. A lunar eclipse, solar. Well, I don't know. It's a thing. There you go. It's a thing. Right. So what I need to do is take you back up to 30. So if I go to 32 on each, that will take you to 64. And then that will take you to 65. Well, 66 in actuality. So grab, oh, I should have mortar, I do. So we can go in here and we can go take all of these with some to spare, which is nice. I'm not going to make, because the grates can also damage. Now we needed 65, got 66. Right, there's also a need for, well, we're going to need a ladder because I'm going to need to get into the thing. I don't know whether I've got one kicking around anywhere, have I? Probably got one somewhere. But we do need you. That's important. And I need one of you. Ideally, I could also use one of you and one of you, just in case I'm not carrying a torch. It is latish at night, so what we'll do is we'll sleep the night off and we'll continue in the morning. Back in a sec. Alright, here we are. We're armed with the bricks. We have the bricks. Now I'm fairly certain that we have to go like this. And then it will be 1, 2. Don't think that's, I think it's here. And there. I'm going to use just that to place that one. Then 1, 2, 3. You can stay well away from me, mate. I don't want any trouble from you. I'll try and use the I don't think I've got too much left over, haven't I? Oh God. No, run. I haven't got my shield on for one. I don't... That feels too... Damn... Oh, you... Yeah, Mr. Damage tier 3. Those things hit like tanks. Wasn't there another one? I think he's gone. And then I think you just have the... That just seems to be too much left. It said that you need 65 blocks. That seems too low. I'm just going to double check this because that doesn't seem right to me. But there's no blocks there that I can see that are not completed. I mean, obviously we'll need to put you there. That's all complete, that's all complete. That looks right. That was ominous. Still need to chisel a little thingy, but let me double check. I'll be back in a mo. Alright, best as I can tell, I got one block wrong. There was one additional block on the inside. Here. So, there's only one real way to test this out, isn't there? And that is to try it. So 4 charcoal. Hang on a second. $16, not 12. I need to do. Okay. We'll not be testing it out, but I did make this. Which, hello, let me go back down here. That will go in there and will stop any charcoal flowing through if we were to. So we can light that when it's things. I just need to go and process some blooms to get that made up. And, well, I think that will be a job for next episode. For this episode, I think we can cough a little bit and we can go F12 and I'll be back in a moment. Sorry about that, knocking at the door because the cat wanted to come in. Anyway, that is it. We have a cementation furnace. I just need to get myself a little more iron processed, which we can do, and then next episode we can get our first 16 steel on the cook. It's going to take a while because it takes 5 iterations, but we can be continuing to run the meteorics. I can start to process up other stuff, and yeah, on that note, thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.